Imagine stepping into a serene forest, only to never walk out again. Between 1945 and 1950, a series of disappearances in Vermont's Green Mountains turned this tranquil region into a hotbed of speculation, mystery, and terror. What happened to those who entered the Bennington Triangle, and why has no one ever solved the mystery? Welcome to As Told by Bells, where we dive into the most baffling mysteries and unsolved cases. To stay in the loop and to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. You might just help solve a mystery. Nestled in the Green Mountains of Vermont lies an area shrouded in mystery and speculation, the Bennington Triangle. This region, centered around Glastenbury Mountain and including parts of surrounding towns like Bennington, Shaftesbury, and Somerset, has become infamous for a series of unexplained disappearances, eerie encounters, and paranormal activity. Often linked to the Bermuda Triangle, the Bennington Triangle has captivated the imaginations of true crime enthusiasts, paranormal investigators, and mystery lovers alike. The story begins in the 1940s and 50s, when a string of chilling disappearances put the region in the spotlight. But to truly understand the mystery of the Bennington Triangle, we need to dive deeper into its history, one that is steeped in folklore, tragedy, and a sense of foreboding. The area around Glastenbury Mountain was once home to bustling logging towns in the late 19th century. However, by the early 20th century, these towns were abandoned due to deforestation, harsh winters, and the area's unforgiving terrain. Glastonbury itself became a ghost town, with nature reclaiming the land. To this day, the mountain and its surroundings remain sparsely populated, its dense woods and remote trails adding an air of isolation. But even before these towns faded into obscurity, Native American tribes avoided the area, believing the mountain to be cursed. According to local lore, Glastenbury Mountain was a place where the four winds meet, making it an unpredictable and dangerous place. Some legends spoke of strange lights and noises emanating from the forest, while others warned of mysterious creatures lurking within the dense foliage. One particularly eerie story involved a creature known as the Bennington Monster, a Bigfoot-like figure that has been reportedly sighted in the area for centuries. Some locals claim the creature still roams the forest, its presence tied to the area's sinister reputation. The Bennington Triangle gained notoriety in the mid-20th century due to a series of mysterious disappearances, all of which occurred between 1945 and 1950. These vanishings remain unsolved to this day, with no conclusive evidence pointing to what or who might be responsible. Let's explore the most notable cases. On November 12, 1945, Mitty Rivers, a 74-year-old experienced woodsman and hunting guide, vanished without a trace. Rivers was leading a group of hunters near Hell Hollow, a remote area of the Bennington Triangle, when he walked ahead of the group and disappeared. Despite an extensive search involving hundreds of volunteers, no sign of him was ever found, except for a single rifle cartridge discovered near a stream. Locals were baffled. How could someone so familiar with the wilderness simply vanish? A year later, on December 1st, 1946, the Bennington Triangle claimed its most famous victim, Paula Jean Weldon. Paula, an 18-year-old college sophomore at Bennington College, decided to hike the long trail, a popular route that cuts through the area. She was last seen by witnesses who gave varying accounts. Some said she seemed happy, while others noted she appeared distracted. When Paula failed to return, a massive search effort was launched, involving law enforcement, volunteers, and even the FBI. Yet no trace of her was ever found. No clothes, no belongings, and no body. Her disappearance sparked national headlines and cemented the area's reputation as a place of mystery. In 1949, a disappearance took place that defied logic. James E. Tedford, a veteran and resident of a local retirement home, was traveling by bus from St. Albans, Vermont to Bennington. According to witnesses, Tedford was last seen sitting on the bus. However, when the bus reached its destination, he was gone, leaving behind his belongings and an open bus timetable on his seat. What makes Tedford's disappearance so strange is that there was no stops between St. Albans and Bennington. Witnesses were certain he had been on the bus moments before, yet he simply vanished without explanation. On October 12, 1950, 8-year-old Paul Jepson went missing while playing near a truck his mother was tending to. She claimed she had only left him alone for a few minutes, yet when she returned, Paul was gone. Bloodhounds were brought in to track his scent, but the trail abruptly stopped at a nearby road, leading some to suspect he had been abducted. However, no witnesses came forward and no evidence was ever found. Just 16 days after Paul's disappearance, the Bennington Triangle claimed its final victim, 53-year-old Frida Langer. On October 28th, Frida was hiking with her cousin near Somerset Reservoir when she slipped and fell into a stream. She told her cousin she'd returned to camp to change clothes but never made it back. What makes her case unique is that Frida's body was discovered 7 months later, in May 1951, in an area that had been extensively searched during initial rescue efforts. Her remains were so decomposed that no cause of death could be determined, leaving her case shrouded in uncertainty. What could explain these baffling disappearances? Over the years, researchers, investigators, and enthusiasts have proposed a variety of theories. One of the simplest explanations is that the victims fell prey to wild animals such as bears or mountain lions. The dense forest and rugged terrain could easily hide a body. However, this doesn't account for the lack of blood, clothing, or other evidence typically left behind after an animal attack. The Bennington Triangle's wilderness is known for its treacherous cliffs, sudden weather changes, and dense vegetation. It's possible that some of the missing individuals succumbed to accidents such as falling into crevices or becoming lost in the woods. Yet, the thorough searches conducted in each case makes this explanation less likely. Some have suggested that a serial killer or kidnapper might be responsible for the disappearances. However, the lack of evidence, such as signs of a struggle or a consistent pattern among victims, make this theory difficult to prove. The Bennington Triangle's eerie history has fueled speculation about paranormal forces at work. Some believe the disappearances are linked to UFO activity, citing alleged sightings of strange lights in the area. Others suggest the victims may have been drawn into another dimension, supported by the Native American belief that Glastenbury Mountain is a place of spiritual significance. Today, the Bennington Triangle remains an enduring enigma. Hikers and thrill seekers are drawn to the area, hoping to uncover its secret or simply experience its unsettling atmosphere. Despite decades of speculation, no definitive answers have emerged, and the disappearances of Rivers, Weldon, Tedford, Jepson, and Langer remain unsolved. The Bennington Triangle serves as a reminder of the mysteries that still lurk in the world. Whether the explanation lies in natural forces, human action, or something more extraordinary, one thing is certain: the stories of those who vanished will continue to haunt the region and the imagination of all who hear them. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the mysteries of the unexplained. Remember to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on every captivating story we uncover. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your mind curious. Stay tuned for more stories from As Told by Bells.